Ganesh Chaturthi is here and the festivities have just begun. Ganesh Chaturthi that celebrates the birth of Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesha who symbolizes financial wellness. He is the deity of new beginnings, success and prosperity. Also known as Vignaharta, not only imparts spiritual guidance but also gives us valuable financial insights. So if you've not been able to meet your financial goals so far, what better than this auspicious time? And to help us through what are the financial lessons one can learn from the God of Wisdom himself, is joining me in this special conversation is Vijay Kedia ji himself, who is a market veteran who has been into markets since the age of 19 years. Vijay ji, Ganpati Bappa Moria. So this is the time when people who have been struggling to meet their financial goals or who want to start their journey, revamp their investment strategy, we thought we'll give them a different way, different perspective to look at it. What are the lessons that we can learn from God of Wisdom? First of all, what do Ganesha means to you?
Oh, I have related this with investing and all.
Sure.
So G stands for growth, and A stands for analysis,
Okay.
and N stands for nurture,
Okay.
and E stands for earning, and S stands for strategy,
Okay.
and H stands for holding. You know.
All right.
So yeah, so this is the definition of
Kya
Ganesh.
baat hai? So you've expanded the form of Ganesha in a way an investor can take full benefit out of it.
Yes, of course, and every word has a deep meaning, and you have to follow those every words. I can explain it to you if you want.
Sure.
Like it starts from G. So of course, without growth, an investor cannot make money.
Right.
So whenever or wherever you are investing, growth in that particular company or sector is very important.
Correct.
And the second letter stands for analysis. Like this is very important, that what kind of analysis actually you are doing.
Correct.
So that is again very important. So if you have analyzed the things and you have seen the growth in the company, then you have to nurture the stock. Then you have to
Sure.
nurture that company.
You hold
And-
it, means hold it.
Yeah, nurture in the sense every time, every weekly or quarterly or even yearly, it depends on your goal. You have to read about that company.
Sure.
You have to accordingly you have to change your mind.
Sure.
Your investment and then E stands for earning. Then
Correct.
obviously if there is growth and you have done a proper analysis and you are nurturing, but ultimately if it is not resulting into an earning,
You
then
have to keep
your
an eye.
financial goal will not be met.
Correct.
So that is why E is also very important.
Sure.
And of course then a strategy. Even there is a growth, even you have analyzed it very well, but suppose if there is no earning or less earning according to your perception,
Or maybe some environment is changing, macro front.
maybe things are changing, it keeps on changing. So then what would be your strategy? So that strategy is also very important.
Sure.
You know, and at last, and not the least, that is hold. H stands for holding.
Correct.
So only way to make money in stock market, this is what I have understood, is holding for a long term. So that, and again, that does not mean, like suppose I have decided that I am going to hold the shares for 5 years. That does not mean that I cannot change my mind after a year or so.
Okay.
So that nurturing actually that comes into play. So
Right.
that holding is also very important. So if you hold for long term, then Ganesh will certainly reward
Will bless you.
your
For
bless
sure,
you.
that means you've put the entire fundamental principles into perspective for our viewers. So
Yes.
let's also start and talk about his physical form. Ganesha in his physical form, if we keenly observe him, there are a lot of unique and distinctive ways that we can learn a lot of financial lessons from him.
Yes.
So let's start, we talk about his big head. He has a unique and a big head, enlarged head. And head also means about intelligence.
Yeah. So of course, you know, so as they say that beauty is in the eye of beholders.
Right.
So it depends on what you take out of it.
Sure.
So of course, as you rightly said, that big head, it means intelligence and big thinking and long-term thinking. You can relate it to that you have to have a lot of knowledge. You have to have a lot of information in your mind, in your head. And then you have to select that which one to go for and which one to forget.
Sure.
So that big head means big knowledge, big intelligence, and big vision. This
Sure.
is what I perceive.
So that means a right mindset, intelligence and a broad mind, what Ganesha's big head indicates. Now talking about, since you spoke about how to cutter away the market noise, means ears, what to listen and what not to listen. He has wide ears. So what should one be selective about listening?
No, listen what market whispers. This is what I actually take it in that way.
Right.
That your ear are yours. But you want to listen, what you want to ignore, it depends on you as well, right? So in market, there's a lot of noise in the market.
Right.
So you should understand that what I should listen and what I should ignore. So that is why your ear should be so perfect that you should know the whispering which market is not saying, that also you should understand.
So is that, can we say that one should have an eye for detail? They should know what to listen and what to focus on. So maybe God Ganesha also has small but sharp eyes.
Yeah. So exactly. So that also says that you need to ignore also a lot of things.
Right.
Even you are seeing the things, you could see the things, but you should ignore it. Don't take it to your ear, or don't take it to your head, or don't take it to your big mind or big head. So you should understand, and minute details also. Like you, suppose if you like some perspective in the market, then you have to understand it minutely.
Right.
So that also it can signify.
Maybe that is why it is said that all that glitters is not gold. You have to have an eye for detail. You have to have a right eye for investment ideas also. Now let's also bring in a very special guest who will also talk about the god of wisdom. Why is Ganesha called the god of wisdom? And joining us in this special conversation is Mr. Amit Pai, who is a trustee of Ganesha Seva Pandal, GSB Seva Pandal also. Amit ji, Ganpati Bappa Moria.
Ganpati Bappa Moria.
So tell us, why is Lord Ganesha known as Lord of Wisdom? Is there any story behind it?
Yes, so religiously and with a historical view, there is a story. There is a story. Lord Ganesha being the child of Lord Shankar and Parvati, he also had a brother called Kartikeya, who was quite quick, agile, I would say. So the story says that there was a time when the parents asked their children, who can go around the world the fastest? Around the world.
Right.
So Kartikeya, of course, like Ganesha has his Vahan, which is the mouse, which is fast but is still very slow. And Kartikeya, his Vahan was the vehicle, no, it was peacock.
Okay.
So he went around his parents, Shiva and Parvati, thrice. And he said, you mean the world to me because you are my parents. So I would request, I have won the race. And that is called the fruit of wisdom.
Sure.
And that is why Lord Ganesha is called the Lord of Wisdom, the God of wisdom.
Now I remember that Ganesha also has a big stomach. He loves Modak. Amitji, why do he love Modak so much? And which is the form of Modak which devotees can offer to him?
There are different types of modaks that are offered. So if you go to south of India, there is something called appam. I'm sure you must have had appam.
Huh.
So there is a plain appam and there is sweet appam. The sweet appam is a modak.
Okay.
So then you get the modaks that you get in the sweet shop, which is made out of mawa, and that is also a modak. Then you have the ukdicha modak, what Maharashtrians do, which is supposed to be the one that was given to Lord Ganesha when he broke his tooth.
All right.
That's the significance of Modak.
That's the story of Modak, that why do Ganesha loves Modak so much.
We like all types of Modak.
All types of Modak. But then what should be the Modak for investors? His big stomach, what do that signifies? What should be your intake?
What I feel like, it is like something like digestive your power, because
Correct.
market rewards you, and market, there are risk and reward in this market, there are losses and gains also in this market.
Right.
There's negative things and positive aspects also in this market.
Right.
So you should have that belly, as they say, that you should have that belly that you can digest all those things.
Correct.
And second thing, what I feel, that you should be ambitious enough in this market to create wealth.
Stay hungry.
So as they say, fire in the belly.
Yeah, fire in the belly.
Yeah,
Correct.
so I think that resonates well,
Right.
well with this kind
Right.
of thing. that
Absolutely.
you should-
So that fire in the belly and that hunger for knowledge, to learn more maybe, is that there should be a constant learning, Vijayji. You have seen many cycles now. Is that there's any, at point in time we feel that you've learnt enough and you don't need much, or there should be a constant need for learning?
I'll tell you, like you said, that 75 years of this thing, this setup.
70th year, 70th year,
70.
right?
17.
70.
70. 70 साल हो गया, 70
Right.
years में.
Correct.
But still you will find that Lord Ganesh is holding a book in his hand.
Arre wah. What
Most
detailing.
of the places you will find.
It's correct.
Yeah.
Right? It's correct. So what does it say? It says that you have to, every time you have to keep learning.
Right.
So don't you ever think that you've become an expert. This market will give you one slap and will come down on the earth,
Correct.
So that says, that indicates that you should keep on learning, because things are changing, world is changing, parameters are changing, metrics are changing, Market is changing, dynamics are changing.
Correct.
So you should, every time you should on your toes and be a student of this market. Don't try to become a teacher.
In fact, if we see that there are sector rotation which keeps on happening, the sectors which were working well might not work well. So you need to learn even about new sectors and new time.
Yes.
Earlier we did not have renewable sectors or we did not have manufacturing sectors, but now these sectors, these themes are, and of course studying about the future themes also. So talking about other aspects, Vijay ji, now since we spoke about ek dant hai unka, and he has a trunk which is a broken trunk also. So what do that means? Is that he's still able to manage everything?
No, maybe because if you ask me, because I'm not educated in
No,
this,
but financial wisdom, if
like maybe the ek dant, as he says, that jaise bolte na, eat what you can chew or something like this, and the tusk which is broken, I think that the tusk, okay, that shows that the market will give you losses also.
Yes.
Every time it is not in one way. So you have to adjust those things. You have to, sometime you have to cut your losses, sometime you have to adjust with your losses, sometime you have to live with your losses. And then again, even then your journey should continue in this market.
So in that manner, Vijay, what happens, a lot of market participants, they feel that when they have entered in a stock or they've taken a position, they will only come up with the flying colors. They will only come up with a winning position. That means loss is part of the game and you have to accept sometimes loss and win. Both comes together. That's what we are trying to say.
Yeah, of course. It keeps coming on rotation, So don't make very, if you are winning today and
but
don't...
people are very emotional about losses. They don't want
this is what you have to win yourself, no? That is why I always say that know yourself. You have to win your vices, you have to win your greeds, you have to win yourself before winning the market. Otherwise, you won't be successful here.
Correct. And last but not the least, since you also spoke about Modak, his small vehicle, but then what got him the tag of a lot of wisdom also. Modak is so small, Ganesha is big enough, but then how do he balances himself on a small Modak? Is there something to learn from this?
Maybe because what I understand, looking at the Modak and mouse or whatever, he's very active. The mouse is every time very active.
Right.
Here and there, and they can go to any distance or any angle and all.
Correct.
So this is what flexibility I think you can learn from Modak, that one has to be flexible in this market. What you have just thought and what one direction you have chosen, but tomorrow you might have to change your direction.
Thank you so much, Vijay ji. Ganpati Bappa Moria. Wishing both of you a very bright, a very happy, prosperous Ganesh Chaturthi festival. And Ganesh Chaturthi ki shubhkamnaएं हमारे viewers को भी. So people, viewers, investors who have not been able to meet their financial goals so far, why not to start it? Revamp your investment strategy from this auspicious time. Thank you so much for watching.